Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Many of you have commented on some of my range videos, wishing I would focus more on accuracy instead of velocity. Just as a quick explanation, I like to see what the potential of a cartridge is. You can make any cartridge, any gun with enough reloading development, you can make it, accurate. But what makes the cartridge to me is what kind of velocity you can get out of it with different weights. And so that's what I find interesting. That's what I like to do, is find the potential in the cartridge without pressure and still hoping for less than 10 SD on velocity and minute of ankle groups. But today, it's going to be the start of a series. I'm going to focus on accuracy. I'm not even got the chronograph out here today. I just want to try to get half-minute groups, but I want to try to get consistent half-minute groups, like shooting five-shot groups in a row and them all being half-minute groups. Now, on one hand, that's much harder than you probably realize it is. If you watch some of these challenges on Backfire or Eric Cortina's channel, a lot of people say they can do things like that, and then they're actually put to the test, they fail. So that's on one hand, but on the other hand, plenty of people have half-minute guns and have put in the necessary time in load development to get there. So it's not uncommon for this to happen. But I would say most, if not almost all people that reach that half-minute MOA consistency are not using a Savage Axis. So this is going to be part one of getting a Savage Axis, my channel gun, to shoot consistently half-minute groups. This may take several videos to get there. Definitely going to look at seating depth, definitely going to look at a lot of things. But for today, I'm just going to focus on this load with this powder and see the initial groups. So let's get started. All right, so I've got the Gunner Odin 1-10 LPVO back out here. I did put on different rings. These are obviously 34 millimeter rings, but they're going to be lower than that cantilever mount. With that cantilever mount on this Savage Axis, I would have needed some kind of cheek riser. It was just a little bit too tall. So here I have it with mounts a little bit lower, and so far so good. Going to take you down here and show you. I'm shooting at 25 yards, just getting it sighted in. I didn't even bore sight it. I just shot it at 25 yards, see if I hit the paper. I did. It was about 5 inches low, inch to the left. I would prefer it about 1.5 inches, 2 inches low at 25 yards. Left to right, of course, I want to be perfect. Made one adjustment. Now at 25 yards, that was 48 clicks up and 16 clicks right. One adjustment, and here's where it hit. So that's where I shot, made the adjustment, went exactly where I wanted it. That's pretty darn good. So far, I mean, that's just one adjustment, but it's dead on, exactly where I wanted it to go. That's a good first sign. Now I'm going to back up to 100 yards and shoot a group and make the final adjustments. Alright, so got it sighted in at 100 yards really easily, tracked perfectly. Looks good at 100 yards. Looks better with my eye than it does on the phone, but even the phone footage looks decent. So far so good. I'm going to be shooting the A-tips today out of this gun and this scope. See what kind of groups we get. If you do want this scope, there'll be a link below with a $50 discount. So if you want $50 off this scope, check out the link below. It'll also be the pinned comment. So pretty happy with this scope. Now let's see how these A-tips do. Nice looking round. In case you're wondering what the components exactly are, check this out. right, let's get to shooting. All right, first group of A-tips ever. Not even got the chronograph set up. One, it's raining out here a little bit. Two, I don't even want to focus on velocity. I just want to focus on group sizes for now. I'm really just seeing if the varget powder is going to present good groups. Just a few things to note. Barrel is dirty, it's not clean, and the brass is brand new brass. Let's see what the first group looks like. Well, I believe it's shooting really, really high right there. So there's 4 there together, and then 1 is down low. So actually 4 are really good. Did have a flyer though. It's probably 2 inches total. So that's a pretty good start. Definitely good if you don't count the flyer. That's about a 4-shot inch group. But I'm gonna have to bring the scope down quite a bit. I'm gonna shoot at this one next on the second group. Probably bring the scope down about 3 or 4 inches. Let's go to the next group. All right, got the scope down a little bit so it would be closer to where I was actually shooting at. I can tell you one of these I felt like I had it a little bit to the right, and then the rest of them I felt pretty good about. I will say with this scope I can see my impacts pretty clearly, but it's possible a couple are together because I can't see 5 holes, so let's check it out. Once again, 4 within an inch, just like here, and then a flyer. I'm pretty sure that was the first shot, and I know that was the second shot that I felt like I pulled, and these were the last 3, so I don't know. Nothing terrible, but interesting. All right, I'm gonna shoot here on the next one. All right, I will say all these felt good. I didn't feel like I pulled any of them, so that excuse is being threw out now. If they're all over the place, I felt good on the shots. One more thing to consider is, you know, I'm going fairly fast here. I'm not just bam, 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 but I am fairly quickly. Within 4 to 5 minutes, I'm shooting all 5 shots. And so that could be an issue. I might have to slow down, but let's see what it looks like. All right, this time we had 3 all together there. That's like quarter minute with just those 3, but then you have 2 flyers. Minute and a half group if you count all 5. So 5 shots, 1.5 inches. It's not the end of the world, but looking at those 3 together, I think that's the potential accuracy of this round. I just got to figure out how to get 5 together like that. I definitely see potential, but see a lot of flyers too. Might have to reevaluate this whole thing, but let's shoot the last group. Rain's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm gonna go down here and see what the last group is. I literally let 25 minutes go by. I shot, put the barrel cooler in the chamber, turned it on, and looked at my phone for 5 minutes and let it completely cool down in between every shot. I've never done that before, but all 5 shots the barrel was cool, and so there was no overheating issue. And as far as my shots, I can't shoot any better than that. I don't think I'm a great shooter, but I felt like my trigger squeeze, my holding it where I wanted to, it was all good. So this is as good as I can shoot, and there's no problem with heating of the barrel. So hopefully we got a good group. Let's go check it out. Good news and bad news. That's a pretty good 5-shot group. You know, it's about MOA. 5 shots, MOA, that's pretty darn good. Bad news is this is not the MOA challenge, this is the half-minute angle challenge. So I feel like with some of these groups with a flyer, and then that 5 shots, I feel like I've got good potential here, but I'm a ways off. So I'm just going to tell you that I used Varget powder, as I've already explained. I looked at what the minimum and maximum was. I went right in the middle, between 37 and 40 grains. These 4 shots were a grain up each time. So 37, 38, 39, 40. That's 2.5 grains below max. So I've got plenty more things I can test. I just was not interested in velocity whatsoever. This is okay. This is a good first start, but I definitely have to figure something else out. So please leave it in the comments. What do you think? Help a guy out. First of all, should I clean my barrel and start with a clean barrel and shoot all these again? Another 5-shot group of each one? Should I keep going up a grain each time and get closer to max? Should I try other grain weights? I'm thinking about using stay ball match as well. Should I shoot 4 5-shot groups with stay ball match and just compare the overall accuracy? Or should I just stick with that last group and start working on seating depth? There's so many things I could do that could improve or make things worse. So I'm not really sure where to go from here. You know, I didn't do the weighting between each shot on the first 3 groups, so not a good comparison there. But I can't shoot any better than that last group. I felt very good about my shots. And like I said, the barrel was cool between each shot, and it still dispersed them out minute of angle for those 5 shots. I'm not 100% where I'm going to go from here. Should I change powder, mess with seating depth, clean the barrel? Should I shoot these again? Leave a comment below. I'd love to read your comments and see what your expertise is saying. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, take care.